Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yandra Septian Putra. In this video, let us discuss the material about action and sequence, or whether we directly go to the material. Definition of action. Action such as the words when interpreted in general. The notion of action in general is basically equated with body movement uh, or activity or action. But actually there are differences in the concept or understanding of testing. Action is the largest thing in which element of activity, action, and body movement are contained. But really, the action is the scales of odds maturity in achieving content goal. Pillar factor in the concept of action. 1. Formulation of targets planning. Before starting an action, planning is needed to produce targets or self achievement of the desired result. This is actually mandatory because in human life always has a goals for the future which are relatively different periods or depending on the achievement of what is the desired behind humans being. 2. Maturity strategy. After making a plan of what you want to achieve, then we must make a strategy so that the plan we are complying runs properly. The strategy can be started by making important process steps that must be done by someone, making arrangements and sequence of steps from this process. 3. Error analysis. Of course, humans will not expand mistakes, or not matter how perfect someone makes a strategy. Stones make strategy and planning. Still, the name of the error will probably always appear. Therefore, important that's an information that has been honored at the time of planning and strategy, making is expected to be important in the analysis of the errors will appear later. First, risk management. Risk management is the answer to the analysis of errors that may arise in taking action in risk management. It is expected that there will be a diversion of action if there is a change in the initial planning that has been prepared. Um, the action has several levels, namely a principle of perception is an or action that recognizes and selects various objects to perform. The guided response is an action or action be going everything in the right order. The mechanism is an action be doing something right automatical. Adaptation is an action that have developed and done well. 2. Action or action as start a format be the offender as a substance for the response obtained from which harm. Human action products or different characters as result of the process of interaction within themselves or to act To ask an individual must know its advance what he wants, or an individual must try to determine his goals, describe the direction of his behavior, fear estimates the action of author checks himself, and describe what is done by other factor that is often supersede when faced with student or that weekend it. 3. The word action synonym is action, activist, movement, activities, action, reaction, responses, action, attitudes, efforts, word, and action, attitude, effort, words, action, and action. Understanding sequence diagram. A sequence diagram is a type of interaction diagram that show how process operates with one another and what order. This is built from basic order chart. A sequence or diagram show the interaction of subject arcs in chronological order. It describe the object and class involved in the scenario and the order in which missing are explained between the object needs to carry out the function of the scenario. Sequence diagram are squarely related to the of case realization in interlogical view of the system under development. Square diagram are sometimes called events diagram, events scenario, and team diagram. The sequence diagram show as parallel fractal length survival difference process of subjects that live together, and a horizontal arrow message are exchanged between them in the order in which the accord disallows simple of graphical routine scenario specification building blocks diagram. If the lift line is that of an object, this show the role, not that leaving the sample name blank and represent an anonymous and image example in order to display interaction or message are horizontal or which the message which above time, solid arrow with full heads are synonym called solid arrow with sticks heads are synonym calls, and bolding arrow with sticks hairs are bikes or message. If the colored sense are synonym, most message in was whites until the message is mother such as calling a subscription. If the color sense and asynchronous message it can continue processing and not have to wait for a response. You see a synonym now called in multi-threads application and message origin with the word the affiliation box or method called box is an article drawn different to represent that's the process in being carried or in response to the message. Object invokes methods on terms left passing message and a new activity box above its author to indifferent further levels of pressing when an object is different or is drawn above the left line and this line stop being drawn under it. The first example truck this most of the trucks lesson message whether is the object details of something else. A view of money video my before you guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.